What's happening, fuckers? Fancy a nice cold Fanta? I'm here at the Charlottesville Fashion Square Mall, probably one of the malls in America, and somewhere I wouldn't know existed if it weren't for today's topic. Today we're looking at a fun game based on the exploits of Christian Weston Chandler, notable internet personality and Oedipus enthusiast. So take a seat, and crack open a fresh jar of pickles, as we take a dive into the world of Chris Chan Adult Chronicles. Let's get into it, shall we?
My name is Christian Chandler. I am here, and y'all are there.
I recycle my own semen.
I want everything about my house off the internet!
With all the talk of electric hedgehog Pokemon and PlayStation-based intercourse, the life of Chris Chan and the world of video games are very much intertwined. So a game based on the exploits of the world-famous motherfucker was inevitable. Chris Chan Adult Chronicles was developed by CWC Productions, and attempts to encapsulate Chris's life in a RPG style, inspired by titles like Earthbound. In Adult Chronicles, you play as the creator of Sonichu himself, navigating the modern-day Sodom that is Virginia, on your quest to find a sweetheart, or any woman who can ignore your jizzy trousers. Adult Chronicles follows the standard RPG format, with gameplay separated between the overworld, collecting items while being assaulted by the feral cats that occupy the house, and the turn-based combat system. This combat offers your expected mix of normal and special attacks, as well as usable items, each named with a real Chris Chan flavor, and we all know what that flavor is. Additionally, the game offers a sanity system, where certain actions affect Chris's mental state, with Chris's parents and Sonichu having a positive and negative effect respectively. If only that worked in real.
Get away from the internet, I'm cutting it down.
The most impressive aspect of Chris Chan Adult Chronicles is its attention to detail. Each screen is absolutely packed with references, which makes sense for a title based on one of the most documented people in history. From the names and descriptions of each item and attack, to the many artifacts hidden throughout the world, often accompanied with an image or video relating to said item. Adult Chronicles is obviously a title made with a lot of passion. This is made all the more impressive considering the game has been developed on and off for a decade by one guy. Adult Chronicles works well because it understands what kind of game it is. As a game currently in alpha, it doesn't attempt anything revolutionary, instead focusing on nailing the fundamentals of a solid RPG title. It establishes the building blocks of a potentially quality game down the line, though from what I can tell the game's development has slowed due to recent events, which is understandable. I had to cancel my Sega CD title featuring O.J. Simpson.
I got a little getting even to do.
What holds Adult Chronicles back from being a really good game is an overall lack of content. However, considering the game is currently a work in progress, I'll admit that critique is quite harsh. The game currently only offers 2 playable locations, those being the Chandler House and the infamous McDonald's, with further locations teased with later releases. There are also only a limited number of unique battles within the game, with 5 present in the current build to my knowledge, with these battles suffering from either being incredibly easy or ball-bustingly difficult. Aside from this lack of depth, the only significant other issue I have with Adult Chronicles is the crashes. Perhaps it's because my potato of a PC cannot handle the might of RPG Maker titles, but much like the source material, this game has a tendency to shit its pants out of nowhere, without any rhyme or reason. Seriously, you have to foul yourself quite often for your own wiki to have its own page dedicated to your problem.
I just shit my pants!
All things considered, the game's presentation is actually quite impressive. The graphics are charming, drawing influence from sprite-based JRPGs, and probably represent the nicest that Chandler home has ever looked. The sprite work in each screen looks nice, with a seriously impressive amount of detail in such small spaces. Even the little details, such as Chris's shirt changing depending on what clothing item is equipped, and the TV offering video clips of Chris's previous small screen cameos are nice touches, and not something I'd expect from a game of this kind. Another surprise was the soundtrack. While initially impressed with the variety and quality of music available, because it fucking slaps, a glance through the game's files reveals that much of the soundtrack is taken from the Wii title No More Heroes. That's not a bad thing, because it still fits the game's style well, and in no way would I expect a solo developer to compose a unique soundtrack for their lol-cow game. Not before I start breaking out the Fruity Loops for my future videos. Overall, Chris Chan Adult Chronicles is an impressive little title, and one I'd recommend to anyone interested in one of the internet's more interesting characters. Despite its limited scope at present, the mechanics have the potential to develop into a quality title, so hopefully that's something we'll see in the future. Anyway, I'll be off now. I'm off to pitch my own lol-cow title based on Lucas Werner. It's basically a hobo simulator.
Tell me why I'm stuck as a virgin with Rez. I so need a cute girl my age. Tell me why